All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam starts with an invocation verse with 5 conclusions: the Brahman, Narayan, Krishna, Radha and Krishna's meeting and separation in Madhurya Ras, and Bhakti. The rest of chapter 1 are questions by the sages at Naimisaranya. The second chapter is answer to some sages' questions by Shuta Goswami, where stages of Bhakti are explained. The third chapter is about Krishna's avatars. The fourth chapter is the appearance of Narad to Vyasa. The fifth chapter is a conversation between Vyasa and Narad. The sixth chapter is about Narad reaching perfection in Prem. In the sixth chapter, the request of his disciple, Narad starts to relate his story. Time not having destroyed his memories, he relates his journey after his mother passed. In the previous chapter, we have seen the transformation of the little boy in the association of the 4 Kumaras. Narad tells Vyas how he traveled through all that one can imagine in the material world: large populated areas, capitals, Brahmin villages, cowherd villages, mines, farms, villages on mountainsides, gardens of flowers and betel, wild groves and plantations. The purpose of him relating the detail of his journey was to give Vyasa the stages of material life for the soul who wanders from one body, one condition of living to another. Not being attached to any of those so-called allurements, Narad was looking for the truth, beauty of the lotus feet of the Lord. The seed that the Kumaras had planted in his heart was to be fructified, and Narad, realizing this, wanted to achieve perfection in bhakti. Narad traveled into a deep forest in search for the spot where he could concentrate without any fear or surprise caused by his environment. His mind was conquered by prem, and with tears from longing, his senses surrendered to the mercy of the Lord, and he experienced the presence of the Lord. Covered with excessive prem, Narad fainted out of bliss. When he regained external consciousness, the Lord was not there, leaving behind sorrow of separation. The Lord, who is all merciful, then spoke to him with affection, saying that due to Sattva Guna and being attached to living in the forest, Narad would not be able to see the Lord again in this life. By saying this, the Lord increased the humility of Narad and his longing to achieve perfection. The Lord then continued, giving Narad assurance that he would give up his low body and will become his associate. He also said that Narad's intelligence and memory, being absorbed in the Lord, will never be destroyed, even at the time of creation and destruction. After receiving these blessings, Narad performed ecstatic kirtan without pride. Then, like lightning flashing simultaneously with lightning, Narad attained his spiritual body, and his material body simultaneously disappeared. Narad has an eternal body, so he entered into Brahma, who desired to sleep in Narayan at the end of the Kalpa, and at the end of 1,000 yuga cycles, when Brahma awoke, Narad and Marichi and other sages awoke from the sleep. With continuous devotion of the Lord, in and out of the universe, he travels singing glories of the Lord on his veena. The Lord, being controlled by bhakti, appears where he is being glorified to give mercy to his devotees. Hence, Narad is that catalyst of the mercy of the Lord. Vanchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhuvaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.